Hey guys, Mike here, Flovac Americas, coming to you today from Massachusetts, and had a video request for expansion, I guess, if you will, of the Flovac monitoring interface, and specifically how the station monitoring integrates with the interface, what information is presented, and how we go about collecting the information. So, couple different ways we can do it. Prefer to do a standalone, what I call station monitoring box, which has an HMI or human machine interface, a panel if you will, of various sizes. Some people prefer to have a larger size and to see more at the station. Others are fine just seeing it on their phone. So case by case. And we can connect that standalone. So if you have an old panel with relay logic, or for security reasons we may just keep it separate from your PLC. But we can also plug into your PLC and collect tags that way as well, so connect into your existing infrastructure. So really case by case as to connection to your existing system, but it can be done to any existing system and in multiple different ways. So feel free to reach out and talk through the process and how it might work best for you. But without further ado, let's look at how it presents in the monitoring interface. So you'll see here, as you may have already watched in earlier videos, the interface page. I'm on my home screen here. I can pinch and zoom, look at what my valve pits are doing. If I drop down under menu here, you can see just below the statistics and the air injection settings is station. So let's click that off and click on station and see how this presents. What this is doing is logging into real-time data from the vacuum pump station. And so I can see here, this system here is a read-only system. Okay, but I can see exactly what the vacuum's doing in real time there. This is really helpful if you're out in the middle of the night trying to diagnose a fault, short on staff, and want to see what's happening at the vacuum station in real time. We can also see below that the vacuum pumps 1 through 4 and their last running time in seconds. So we can see they're all off at the moment. If one was on, it would turn green. Below that, we're going to scroll down, we see the tank level as a percentage. So just a good indication there what's going on within your tank. Some of you will follow that pretty closely during wet weather events to see exactly what's going on. Same thing for the sewer pump 1, sewer pump 2 below that, if they were running in their last running time there in seconds. So you can scroll down below that. We have any active alarms? There's none at the moment. Any historic alarms? There's a few there that we had during setup. Next up is our trend lines or our trend charts. Right, so first up is vacuum pump run times, and it's the same user-friendly interface as when you're looking at the valve pits. You can turn pumps on and off to just compare 1 or 2. Okay, you can pinch and zoom to see what they've been doing, but the big thing here is you can also export all of this data. You can just take all the data points straight into an Excel spreadsheet and manipulate that how you like. Below that is your vacuum pump run times. So you can see there the total hour meter, if you will, the last 24 hours, last week, last month, etc. We also have there a average run time, which is really cool, really handy for setting up vacuum stations. Especially we see a lot of vacuum pumps that are running probably too short and not getting hot enough to burn off the moisture and prolong the life of the pump. So it's good to see average running times there, how the system's set up, make sure we're maintaining a climb rate in a narrow band. Below that, we're going to see the same information there for our sewer pumps. So we want to see obviously that they're alternating, fairly even in trend there. I still have the hamburger up here on the top right where I can export that data and manipulate it as I need to. And below that, we have the same runtime data. So lastly, we have the station overview where this plots all of these inputs over top of one another for comparison if needed. Same again, I can click and turn things off. So I can just look at vacuum trend, pinch and zoom as I need to, See, these guys have this thing pretty tight, which is awesome to see. Obviously we can correlate this with rainfall, and that goes to speak for the sewer pump run times too. We want to, this is a really good one to correlate with rainfall, and see exactly how rain or tidal movements might be affecting your system. Make sure that they're tight. We obviously have the ability to control if the municipality decides to as well. I won't show you any of the systems that we do have control for security reasons. I can show you a smaller system, which is just simply an on-off function, and this is for a small marina. And the reason this has just an on-off function is when the boats pull up to pump out their boat, they are given a login to the app and they are given a password. So I could turn the system on simply by pushing that button, and then I need to push the configuration that would then ask me for a password. I won't go any further here, but that would, as you can see, there's currently no vacuum. If I was to turn that on, the vacuum would build up and I could pump my boat out. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any further questions about how our station monitoring looks, the interface, how it would work for you, again, it's not really a one-size-fits-all approach. Happy to walk through with you what works best for you and your system. But the monitoring can be connected to older panels, to newer panels. Obviously all our control panels come with it. It's really helpful for use with system audits or capacity audits, if you will, to see what your system's doing, maintain or monitor, I should say, your air liquid ratio over the long term, and it's really important to plot that. I know a lot of you guys I met with, I talk a lot about air liquid ratio and plotting that long term trend to see how your system's performing and catch any issues before they snowball and get ahead of you. So again, Mike here, Flovac Americas. Any questions, give me a call, 386-569-9125. Thank you.